Hey all, Dwarf Lord here. This is my series called Price Check, where we cover a type of rare or crafted item and learn how to tell if it's worth something. Or maybe you'll find yourself saying,
I should take this to Charcy.
keep in mind, this is not an exact science. Prices change over time, and some people overpay because they really want an item. With that said, this should give you a good system to determine if the item is something that someone will pay for. Hey all, Dwarflord here. I am back. You requested that I teach you how to price check circlets, and that's what we're going to do. As always, the disclaimer, prices are always changing. Price check, I cannot tell you the exact price or value of any item because that is always in flux. The price is what someone's going to be willing to pay. Circlets are very unique and it's hard to price check a rare circlet. Okay, but what we can find out is it worth selling? Is it good? Or
I should take this to Charcy.
so that's exactly what we're going to do, okay? So as always, we rate circlets on the 6-point system, and 1 full point of a good roll, that's 66% or better, is a full point, and then half a point for less than that. The main thing that makes a circlet good is the 20 FCR mod. In most cases, if there's not FCR, it's no good. But I will go over one example where they don't want FCR. Magic circlets can be very valuable as well. And there's only a prefix and a suffix on that circlet, and so only certain combos are good. And then they have a 50% chance of being 2 sockets from Larzik, which will greatly increase the value because you're taking a 2-point circlet, a good prefix and a good suffix, and then you're kind of adding a third mod by 2 sockets with Larzik. And so we're going to go over that at the end. So the prefixes: visionary, great worms, prismatic, ruby, sapphire, emerald, amber, archangel, priest, all those skill ones, and mechanic. So we've got the visionary, which is super important on melee type builds. Barbs love this. Mana for sorceresses, resistance, that kind of stuff. Suffixes: 20 FCR, huge. Run walk, popular on a lot of builds. A lot of builds like Necromancer would love to have FCR and run walk on the circlet. Strength, dexterity for max block builds, and life. Notice that I have in blue mods that only spawn on magic circlets. Here we have like 10 to 25 PDR, physical damage reduction, integer of life everlasting, or gold find and magic find. People said in the other videos, you really focus on PvP. Well, I do PvM too. So we're just going to get into this rating right away. Those are the mods. Let's get into it. These are circlets that I found on Facebook. People literally posting in Facebook saying, price check, what's this worth? So let's rate this. 2 assassin skills, 1 point. 20 FCR, 1 point. 6 mana leech, 30 strength, 1 point. Poison resist, we'll give that half a point. It's not super desirable, but this is a 3.5 point circlet. Not too bad, but to be really valuable, it has to be 4 points or more. So, someone will maybe buy this, but remember, these are circlets. They go on the head. What else goes on the head? Shaco. Is this better than Shaco? If you really need the FCR, it's okay. Okay at best. I think someone offered an ist rune on this. It's a funky one. 1 point, 2 necro skill. 1 point, FCR. Eh. Life, it's like half a point. Mana, it's mana's not like super crazy for Necromancer. If this was Sorceress, it'd be a little bit more interesting-ish. Um, but still, this is like a 2.5 point circlet. It's not that amazing. Someone asked this one on Facebook. These first ones are all from Facebook. Uh, 1 point here, 1 point here. So this is a 2 point circlet. I responded saying just that, we give it 2 points. You need 4 points or more for it to be of value. And, Shaco's free, Shaco's better. Their response, yeah, well, Shaco doesn't have faster run walk. That may be true. It's still a hunk of junk. Okay? So, give it to Charcy. This is a funky one. It's pretty good. Good resistance and perfect dexterity. Mid roll on the strength. So we're going to just call it, we'll give this a half point. 1 point for the FCR, so that's 1.5. Half a point for the strength, so that's 2 points. 3 points. It's a 4 point circlet. It's got some value. It's pretty cool, wouldn't you say? It's decent. Someone posted this. Is this any good? Well, sir, you should watch this video so you don't waste the time screenshotting this, posting it on Facebook, yada, yada, yada. 1 point for FCR, half a point for the life. This is a 1.5 circlet. Charcy. Charcy's not even going to give you 35,000 for this. It's cool for low level elemental damage. That's cool. But, yeah, no. So check out these beautiful, beautiful diadems. As you can see, this one's high on cold resist, high on fire, and high on lightning resistance. Now, these circlets don't have any resistance on it. The jewels inside are offering the resistance. So the jewel is basically 10 resist all, 30 cold resist, and a little bit of mana and some strength. So, it could be an 8 or 9 strength jewel with the 30 cold, 10 resist all, and some mana. These are obviously duped jewels for sure. This one might be like a damage to take into mana jewel, fire resist, and mana and strength. Um, and then same sort of thing here. Mana, strength, resist all 10 and 30 lightning resist on that single jewel because we have a low rune in here. So we have 1 point for the source skills, 1 point for the FCR. Well, it's probably like 20-ish, a low 20s on strength. It barely scrapes by as a full point, but we'll give it a full point. The life could be up as high as 60, so it's scrapes by as like a full point if my math checks out, but it could be a bit more life. So both more life and more strength. The mana is probably like an 80 mana roll, which is 1 full point, and then 1 full point for 2 sockets. So it's basically like a 5.5 circlet. It's amazing diadem circlet. And same sort of thing goes for those ones. Look at this beautiful one. This is a 5 point circlet because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 perfectly rolled mods. 1 strength shy, 2 resistance shy. It could have one more mod like dexterity or something, maybe faster run walk. Like there's a lot of other options here. But this is an amazing, amazing, amazing find. This is a non-FCR Zealer mod. So 1 point for the pally skills, 1 point for visionary, 1 point for strength, 1 point for dexterity, 1 point for the sockets. We'll call it half a point for this is a 5.5 circlet. Beautiful, beautiful. Then it has increased attack speed, enhanced damage jewel, and you can see that they're using storm shield for this Zealer, and they're using a rare hammer. This is a trophy character worth more than my car. Visionary is nice on FCR characters too. Barbs love it. So imagine if this, instead of one of the mods, like let's say this is barbarian skills, and then we switch out one of the mods for FCR. So, maybe the strength is now FCR or something. A barbarian would love that. Let's do a matching game for magic circlets. So, these are the prefixes, these are suffixes. This is like that little game where you have to match, you draw a line, to something. So we have mana, skills, sockets. By the way, sockets can only roll on a tier or diadem, like 3 sockets, right? If you have an artisan's mod on a circlet, even though it adds 3 sockets, it's only going to add 2 sockets because the max on a circlet is 2. So here we have our deck, strength, life, physical damage reduction, gold fine, magic fine, FCR, and faster run walk. So if we go A1, is mana and dex good? No. Mana and strength good? No. But A4, it's actually A4. I switched some numbers around. A Bahamut's Circlet of Life Everlasting. This is used on a very special type of sorceress that is like the Immortal Sorceress. So this is a very worthwhile circlet. I don't think there's any other go away alarm telling me to go to bed. Got to make these videos, yo. So I don't think there's any other A's that I had. Yeah, so B, here's some examples of B. So you could have a sparking circlet of the Atlas. That's probably one of the only B2s I could think of being useful. Is +3 to lightning sorcerer skills and then strength for purely pre-buffing so that you can use your equipment and do a high level energy shield. As a niche one similar to the Bahamuts, an archangels or maybe like lightning skills of life everlasting, so have some skills instead of the mana. Yeah, this one's usually preferable to make you more tanky, but the other one could be useful as well. Then for B7, we have a venomous circlet of magus or volcanic. So we have some skills in FCR, but some skills in FCR are not good, right? So you could have +3 to passive and magic and FCR not good. So it's got to be a useful skill with FCR. And then you want it to roll 2 sockets. If it doesn't roll 2 sockets, way down in value. And then we have like a Valkyrie Circlet of Speed. That's our B8. If we go up and look at our chart, we have B8. It's like bingo. Circlet bingo. So 2 Zon skills and faster run walk. 20 faster run walk might have some value, but people really want the 30 faster run walk. So you can put like some cool jewels in here. And then C1, Artisan's Diadem of Nirvana with 1540 jewels in there. Really expensive, high damage bow circlet. If it was like this with life on it instead, some people might use that. Check out this one. Huge gold find from an Artisan's Tiara of Wealth. Or you could have Artisan's Tiara with Magic Find for someone who really wants to have a super high Magic Find helmet for whatever reason. It's niche, it's expensive. Shaco's better. And then Artisan's FCR. It's niche, it has some use. Some Zons want to teleport fast, but have the jewelers. So they'll say, okay, I don't need to run as fast. I want to be a tele boson. So they might use this. Or it could be like this with the run walk. So similar to the dexterity one, they say, okay, I don't need the dexterity for more damage. I just want to run fast. So I gave you some examples of magic circlets that are good. And those are all the good magic circlets. I don't think there's any other good magic circlets. Showed you some amazing rare ones and showed you some crappy rare ones. So I hope this gives you an idea of what is good and what is not good. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions, comment below. If you liked the video, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Dwarf Lord out.